Hey there, I am hitting the live button and I want to talk to my CEOs who care too much, my CEOs who want to do business differently. It's time for us to have a conversation, you and I, because there's something that I'm experiencing that I think you are experiencing as well. So here I go, putting my phone on do not disturb as I always do in the session, because I feel like this is going to be a session. And why I feel like that is because it is sort of a session for me. It's a session for me because we're going through a lot in our company. I'm going through a lot as a CEO, and a lot of my CEO friends and clients are going through a lot right now. Are you? Okay, well, let's talk about that. So, for those of you who don't know me, I am Kanae Quarter, the world's number one financial hypnotherapist specializing in corporate therapy for CEOs. Now, what does that mean? Good question, right? So, for the last, I would say, year, I've been really working on the business and not in the business. So, I've been the CEO. And if you look at my Mental Health Mondays and my videos that I've posted and post, a lot of them sound like the CEO, not the therapist. But I'm bringing out the therapist a lot more because it's just time. It's time for me to go back into doing therapy and be the lead therapist here at Presidential Lifestyle more than the CEO. I am going back into working in my business. Now, many of the business coaches out there will totally disagree with me and advise me not to do that, but I know that that is what fuels me. And a lot of the CEO tasks don't. I could care less. I mean, I couldn't care less about them. They're not important to me, but there are some things that are important to me. And so that's what I want to talk to you about. I want to talk to you about the one thing you should care about rather than caring about all these things that are bringing you down. But before I do that, I want to tell you a little bit about what I know about you. What I know about you is that you want to do business differently. What I know about you is that you have integrity. And there's been some what we call contrast, but there's been some turmoil or some uh we also call it icky. So let's go there. You probably know what I mean if I say it. You have this icky feeling inside of you. Some of it has to do with your team. Like as you communicate with your team, they're not hearing you. You're not hearing them. It's pretty icky. And that icky feeling is getting in the way of you. That's not my phone because you guys saw me put my phone on do not disturb. So sorry about that. Uh so when you feel that icky feeling, that's the joy of working remotely when you have a remote company and yeah, you have a mobile open office. So when you feel that icky feeling, that is a sign. That's a sign right there to tell you that, oh, I am not in line with my vision. This is not in line with my vision. Something about this, you might not know exactly what it is, and you do not have to know. That insight is not required for you to go in another direction because the only insight you need, this is that one thing that I said I was going to share with you. The only insight you need is your vision because they're going to disagree with you. When I say they, I mean your clients, I mean your team, I mean the other business coaches in the world. Um, there's so many people who are going to disagree with you. Some will agree, some will not. So what? So what? As long as you are in line with your vision. If you are in line with your vision, you can stay on the path. You can say, I don't care. You don't have to care too much. The only thing you should care about is your vision. So, what is it? So, that's because that could be the problem. That could be the challenge is that you're not aligned with your vision. You don't know what your vision is. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. There's something wrong with you. That is not what I'm saying here. There is no judgment in that. It is just observation. So let me ask you a question. Do you know what your vision is? Do you know your vision? Are you able to articulate it? Can you feel when you're off of your vision? Can you feel it? Do you have that icky feeling when you're off your vision? Can you feel when you are on or on the path in line with your vision? Can you feel that? We call that your yummy feeling. Can you feel that yummy feeling when it's just like all working together? You're on the path, your team, the team members have that same vision in mind and they're working towards that vision. The business coach or executive coach that you hire, they have the vision, they know your vision. Your clients are the right clients because your clients also have that vision. And all of the feeling is yummy. It just feels so yummy. Are you familiar with this? You got the yucky feeling and the yummy feeling. I'm going to talk a lot more about that, especially if you come into our program. But the yummy feeling, the yucky feeling are just like the simple way for you to know if you're on the path. So when you're talking to, let me ask you this question. This will help. See, I told you this is kind of like a session. This will help. This will help you understand. Who are the team members that you talk to that, oh my gosh, it just lights you up? You're just like, yes, yes, this person gets it. We have two of those people on our team. And those are the two people who stayed on our team because one of the shifts that we're making, we last year decided to go from B to C to B to B. And it's been this really slow transition. And this last month or two has been very uncomfortable because I think we went too slow in the transition and we should have picked it up. We even backtracked a little bit, made a few fear-based decisions, and that the universe got really loud, like going in the wrong direction. Error, warning, warning, warning. And we're like, whoa, we felt it. I had one of the most uncomfortable employees or team members that I've ever had, ever in life, not just in this business. I've had several businesses and I've worked for other businesses. And this was the first time that I have actually seen that like discomfort and disagreements. There's miscommunication and I've never seen anything like it, or I had never experienced it. I had heard about it from other people. And so that experience let me know, like, one, I have to share this with other CEOs, but two, as long as I'm in line with my vision, which I was, every decision I made that got really uncomfortable was me being in line with the vision. And that's clarity. Because if you can go through discomfort and still stick to your vision, that's how you know it's a calling. And that's what I was saying about you. That's what I know about you is that for you, it's not just business, it's a calling. This is something you have to do. Like some people would like to use the term like get to do or whatever. And I guess that's like the woo woo version of like you're trying to speak it into existence and love it and be positive and all of that. But sometimes there are things you have to do. Like there is no way you can't do them. You have to. Sometimes you wake up in the morning and you're like, why me? Why me, universe? Why me, God? Like, why do I have to be the person to do this? This is not easy. You think Gandhi, you think Martin Luther King, you think so many people I can name who you think they never woke up in the morning and said, why did you choose me? Why does this movement have to come through me? But it is you. It's you. Yeah, trust me, I have had that morning. I have had that morning. So part of the reason why I created my community, the Culture Refresh community, is all about, it not being lonely at the top. It is all about being able to have these kinds of conversations with other people who have gone there. I've been in other masterminds and I didn't feel aligned. I didn't feel or belong there because it wasn't just about money for me. And I wasn't willing to say anything or do anything just to make the sale. It was very specific, the thing that I have to do and the thing that I have to say. And I'm very thankful. I'm thankful that I am bold enough to see that no, I'm not going down that path. But not everybody is there. A lot other people care too much? So I'm 10 minutes in and I really want to know, and you can put this in the comments. And just so you know, some of the comments I can't respond to because of the technology that we use, but I see you, I hear you, and thank you for being here. So greetings to you too. But I'm 10 minutes in and I really want to ask you, what do you care about most? So, what do you care about most? What is that one thing you should care about? Is your vision. But there's some alternatives. You could care about being liked. You could care about being accepted, which is kind of the same thing, but a slightly different. You could care about being right. What else could you care about? You can put it in the comments if you want to, but what else do you care about? Well, really, those things aren't important. What's really important is your vision. Your vision, the most important, the only important thing. And that's why when they disagree with you, you can have peace of mind. You can have peace of mind when people disagree with you if you are in line with your vision. Now, I want to take this time to say you're not always right. You're not always aligned with your vision. And that's why you have to articulate and communicate your vision to your team members. Everybody that you bring on to your team, you need to pour, you need to make them uncomfortable almost with this vision. And that's kind of how we discovered that our team wasn't in line with our vision, because I did start to talk about it at every single meeting. In the beginning of every single meeting, I state what our vision is. I was just doing it over and over and over again at nauseum, and I could see who was getting irritated and I guess just frustrated and kind of over my vision statement. And I just like, wow, you're not in line with this vision. What are you doing here? It's like, it is, don't be here if it's not about the vision. So it was kind of easy for that transition, for us to transition into making the team specific to people we have two things that we are specific about when it comes to the team. Be in your zone of genius, like be doing the thing that lights you up. Like it's so easy for you. You can't even believe you get paid for it. Like be in your zone of genius and be in line with our vision. And so if you're not in line with our vision, then it doesn't really matter if you're in your zone of genius, but you absolutely do have to have those two characteristics to work with us. And we found that there were two team members who fit that description, and then the others didn't. So we do also have therapists that we're training. And although they're not all in line with our vision, if they're in line with the vision of healing the world, we are open and receptive to referral partners. So they may not work for us, they may not be doing the work here, but maybe they are in line with other things that our clients need, and we will refer them out to them. So that business model is really different, and it's not exactly what people would suggest that we do. We have different income streams, and we're not maxing all of them out. Could we get more? Sure, but it wouldn't be in line with our vision, so to speak. And so, for that reason, we have to stick to the vision, and that's what I'm asking you to do, because I know that gives you peace of mind. If you stick to your vision, nobody is going to take your peace from you, because you'll be able to wake up in the morning, you'll be able to go to sleep at night, which is really important. So you go to sleep at night knowing, was I in line with my vision? That's what I want you to ask yourself. When you fall asleep at night, if you can't sleep, just feel safe knowing that you are in line with your vision. Yeah, Selena. Oh, hey there. Yes. And so it just so happens that I was talking about sleep, and then here's Selena. So Selena is the sleep expert when it comes to sleeping in comfort. She created a really nice tool. And that's what I mean by referral partners. Selena is somebody that we would refer to. We speak very highly of sleep. Everybody knows that sleep is the first pillar in our four pillars of health and sleep, nutrition, physical activity, and stress management. And if you don't get the sleep right, you can forget the other three. The other three are not happening. And that's why I said, when you're going to sleep at night, if you can ask yourself, was I in line with my vision today? Then you can just say yes. And when you can say yes, then your brain feels safe, because your brain is not going to let you go to sleep if you weren't in line with your vision. It's going to keep you up. It's going to be trying to find that yummy feeling. And while you're feeling yucky, 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 you're not going to be able to go to sleep. So you could be thinking that you can't go to sleep because of that team member that upset you, or that order that didn't go through, or that customer service challenge you had. That ain't it, kid. That's not it. It is that you're not in line with your vision. Because if you have to tell a customer no, because it is not in line with your vision, you can sleep peacefully at night. If you have to let go of an employee because it is not in line with your vision, you can do that. And you can sleep peacefully at night because you know why you did it, how you did it, what it means to the movement that you are creating. So I'm going to take you back and ask you to just remember, what is your vision? And are you communicating that vision to your team? And when I say your team, I mean like employees, I mean 1099 contractors, I mean your vendors, I mean everybody. You should just be communicating your vision. And then you can make sure that they're communicating it back to you in their actions. And what I was alluding to earlier, but I kind of got off, so I'm gonna roll it right back around. If you do get off, because you have articulated so much, you can count on your team members, you can count on your clients, you can count on them to bring you back into your path, bring you back, and they can keep you on your path. You can just visualize, you know how when you're watching like a marathon or something like that, and or a parade, and the people are lined up on the side, like as the parade is going down the middle, or the marathon is going down the middle. Think of it like that. Those people are like guardrail rails for your vision. They keep you on your vision. That's how much they believe in your vision, even if it's not their own. So that's a visualization that you can have for yourself, because that's what we work on. Self sync therapy is a combination of existential therapy, hypnotherapy, and financial therapy. So those three mixed together, and that hypnotherapy in the middle is a lot of where that visualization comes in, because your subconscious brain is what keeps you on that path. The subconscious brain guides you, and it tells the conscious brain what to do. So if you have those visualizations that you're doing at night, in the morning, even through the day if you need to, those visualizations are keeping you on your path. And if you have people, those physical people in the conscious world, are keeping you on your path. So say you do make a mistake, or you do make a decision that's not in line with your vision. The reason why you want to have team members, and I'm about to wrap this up, but the reason why you want to have team members on your team who are in line with your vision is so that they can keep you in line. If you make a mistake, or if you make a decision that is outside of integrity of your vision, then they can call you on it, and you trust them and they trust you. But keep in mind, the communication creates the trust. And when you have the communication, the trust comes. And when you have the trust, they follow you down that path. You are the leader. And yes, you are a leader that's doing business differently. And for that reason, you really have to create trust, because now you're asking them to go against their program. Now, I'm not going to go into the program yet. that's going to be tomorrow, next video, because that'll take us way too far. I could be here all day. That's something you need to know about me. I can talk about this stuff all day. And really, I hadn't been talking about it enough. I hadn't been going live enough. I hadn't been doing one on ones enough. I've been doing a lot on the business, and that just wasn't working for me. So that works for many people, many CEOs, but it wasn't working for me. It is very important to me to connect with the people, to heal. I am a healer. Yes, I am a CEO. That is my title. Yes, I am a therapist. That is my training. But who I am as a person is a healer. And I have to heal every day. Sometimes I do it for free, sometimes I do it for a fee. So either way, I get to choose. It's me that gets to choose that. And that, no matter what, is what I have to do in order for me to go to sleep at night. And so for that reason, I am going live quite a bit this week. It's pop up. We call it pop up self sync therapy. And I'm just going to pop in and do it. But if you're in the community, I'm going to throw a link in the Zoom. It'll be a Zoom link or, a video link so you can join me if you feel like you need a little extra healing. Now, if you're watching this video and it's weeks, months later, that's okay. I'd say still jump into the community. The link is in the description. Still jump into the community because I am a very generous CEO and I tend to give away a lot and receive a lot as well. So if you miss this opportunity, there will be other opportunities. And we also have a 30-day trial of our software, which I'm not doing a lot of talking about our product, our software, because it's just not what these videos about. Sales, that's a whole nother job, right? I said I was a CEO, I said I was a therapist, and now I'm going to do sales too. Then marketing, like that makes me have 4 jobs. I don't want 4 jobs. No. So I'm not doing that here. What I'm doing here is sharing information. This is not the CEO talking. This is the therapist talking. Yes, I do a little bit of sales as a therapist because I can sell self-sync therapy all day to anybody. That's the one thing. Like my biological father, he's one of those people that could sell ice to Eskimos, they say, or something like that is the saying. That is the one thing that I can sell ice to Eskimos on, because normally I have to believe in the thing that I'm selling. This kind of takes me back to what I said we're going to talk about tomorrow, because I'm going to break down for you the different phases, the striver, the survivor, the thriver your employees will be in, but also the company will be in. So I'm going to break that down and just talk a little bit more about these things that can drive you to impairment so that you're not loving your work anymore. So, and I'm going to explain why that would be. So, going back to, thank you, Selena. So, going back to what I started this conversation with is the one thing you should care about is your vision. I'm just going to wrap this up. And I appreciate you staying with me for as long as you have, because you have a full day and you got things to do. But this little break right here, this little 20-minute mental health break, is my way of giving back to you, each CEO in this world who is doing business differently, who has a vision, who has a mission, who is not doing this because it's money, who has pushed through all the hard times. I feel you. I do. Almost to the point of tears. So I'm crying for you so you don't have to do it, because I know you got to push through. You don't have any time to cry in. You have no time for that. So I'm just saying, plug in, join the community. The link is in the comments. Connect with me and continue to watch these videos. Share it with another CEO that you know who has a vision, who is on a mission, who is sometimes struggling with the CEO position, who really just wants to do this work, right? You became a baker to bake. You started that company to bake. You did not start that company to manage people and do accounting and marketing and sales and all of the other stuff that comes with it. No, you want to bake, right? And maybe you have this dream or this vision of what that should be and what it should look like, and taking it back to the way it used to be or something. I don't know your vision, but you do. And you should know it so well that if I did come to buy my cake from you, I would never buy cake from anybody else, because I'm in line with your vision. So as long as you are speaking to your target market, the people who are aligned with your vision, you never have to sell. As long as you are hiring team members, you really never have to hire. They will come looking for you. As long as you are the thought leader on that thing that means so much to you, you really never have to market because people will come looking for you. So just get louder and prouder about your vision. Say it out loud, stick to it, and make sure everybody on your team knows what it is. And if they don't, if they're not in line with it, if they don't believe in it, then they have to go. You do not have to please them. They do not have to like you. They need to like the vision. They need to love the vision. And if they don't, so what? What you gonna do? Say bye-bye. That's what you're gonna do because it's all about what is important to the vision. So if I haven't said it enough, I know you care, but the one thing that you need to care about more than anything is your vision. And so what to all the rest of that crap? And I think you got it. Am I right? I will see you sooner. Thank you for spending some time with me. I'll be here tomorrow. And so, or if you're watching this as a recording, not live, then just look at it as you should watch the next video. All right. I will see you sooner.